we'll wait a few more minutes, see if anyone else logs on before we start. Let's see. I guess in other news, I think a lot of you attended a lot of the interviews that we had. So I think we can finally say that we hired Dr. Mostafa Fauda. So he was he was the one who was not a power systems person. So his specialty is more in cyber physical systems, machine learning, and computer engineering. So for those of you who are going to be not graduating, you might have a chance to take a class from him in the fall. I'm not sure what he's going to be teaching yet, but he will be joining us in the fall. So should be pretty cool. He has a lot of different experience. For those of you who remember, I don't know how much he mentioned, but he's been a professor in Egypt where he started a computer engineering program there, and his PhD is from one of the what's I think currently maybe considered the top university in Japan, if not one of the top Japanese universities, and he's also worked in Japan for a pretty several times at both in industry and in academia. So he has pretty cool and diverse amount of experience. So if you are here in the fall, yeah, you'll probably see him around. I think he'll, like me, he'll probably be mainly in Idaho Falls, but he will probably also be in Pocatello sometimes too. So just, yeah, little announcement, I guess. What else? I don't think I have too much else to say. I think, so let's see. All right, probably most people who are interested in have joined now, and I'm also recording this and I'll upload this later. So for anyone who hasn't joined, they'll be able to listen to this as well. So I think as you all saw, hopefully maybe you've looked at the final written assignment. It's not very long. It's just 3 problems. One of them is just one of the problems that's an example in the textbook, so it's all worked out already. So that's the first problem, is basically to just work through that example. And then the second problem is a problem that's basically just a variation on that example problem. So you can work the one in the book and then try the one on your own. And then the last problem is basically sketching a few graphs about what will happen when you modulate and demodulate an FM signal. So that one is also not qualitative, not quantitative. It's just more of a qualitative plotting exercise to think about how that might work. So maybe some of you, I think, maybe have already finished it. I don't know. And I think I have that due on Tuesday, next Tuesday. So all right. And then, so then the other thing that I wanted to say is, yeah, basically after thinking about it, have basically changed the final exam format to being a take-home final exam. So I'm planning right now to post that on Monday and then have it be due on Thursday at 5 p.m. So you'd have several days to work on it. The concepts that will be covered will still basically be, pretty much anything that we've looked at in this class. And I think most of it is going to be pretty familiar. And then there's a couple problems, because it's a take-home exam. There's a couple problems that are a bit more open-ended and may have multiple methods for solving or coming to an answer. And so since this is a take-home exam, this is your chance to investigate that a little bit more and think about how to solve these problems on your own. So so I haven't finished writing it, but I'm just I've been working on my own solution to make sure that it's all fairly reasonable to do, and thinking, and um, yeah, so that's more or less where that's at. The rules with it will basically be like you can use any resource you want, except for other people. So I want you to work on it by yourself. But if you, yeah, but you can use the textbook or any internet site or anything you want. I will say though, like if you are using something, you know, besides our textbook, or something that I would be familiar with, I would encourage you to just mention where what the source is for that thing. So just write down where you got the idea from. So if it's a website or another textbook or whatever. Yeah. All right. So do you have any questions about that or the homework or anything?
There's not going to be a quiz 5 for the last homework, right?
Oh yeah, good point. Yes, thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. Quiz 5. So basically, I believe it's still open until tomorrow or Friday. But quiz 5 is basically if you can. So it's very helpful to have all of your comments about the class. And I know things got kind of weird with the COVID and switching to online and everything. But it will still be very helpful if you can all fill out the teaching evaluation. And then quiz 5 is just take a screenshot of something that says you submitted it. So if I remember right, like for those of you who were in my class last semester, I did basically the same thing. And I think basically once you finish the evaluation, it basically says like you can't click on it anymore. Or maybe after you've submitted, it says something like you've submitted the evaluation. But I don't want you to screenshot your actual evaluation. You know, those should be anonymous, but just something showing that you completed the evaluation. Can one of the students who's in EE 3325 mention what you did last semester?
Yeah, so when you finish your evaluation, there's actually a screen that says you've completed this. And if you screenshot, I think the whole page at the bottom, it'll say 4418. So that way he can tell it's actually his evaluation.
Yeah. And I think if you've already done the evaluation, if you've already done it, I think if you try to go back to that page, it will say something about how you've completed it already. So, but yeah, just something like that. If you can just submit a screenshot or a picture or whatever of that to Moodle, and that's the quiz 5. So it's basically, you know, not it's not real. It's not like a question involving math or anything. It's something. It's basically easy points. So please just do it. It'll help you with the quiz grade, and it'll help me to have some ideas for what I could do for next semester. So yeah, thank you, Melissa, for reminding me of that.
I had a question on the exam. Is there going to be anything involving MATLAB? And if so, is it going to be similar to questions we've already had?
I had a little bit of trouble hearing you, but I think the question was, will it be involving MATLAB? Yeah, and the answer is yes. Yeah, there will be, what I've written it to be so far is more or less like a little mini project involving just all of the modulations that we've looked at. So there'll be some MATLAB and just working some things and plotting some things in MATLAB. And if you want to use MATLAB for the other computations that you do, that's also totally fine and reasonable. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So yeah, like I said, I'll post it on. I'm planning to post it on Monday. How I don't know how many finals do most of you have? Like 3, 5? Okay. If I I'll when I finish it, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll post it on Sunday night to give you one extra night. I'll when I finish writing the solution, then I'll have a better idea of how long I think it might take, and yeah, go from there. So I guess
An
the
extra
other thing too.
day.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Allison.
I was gonna say an extra day would be helpful just because not only do we have finals, but a lot of us have projects we have to work on as well. Like I have 3 more projects to do and 3 finals.
Okay. All right. I see.
How do you have that? Shit.
You know, I take too many classes.
Insane. That's not fair.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I won't commit to it, but I think I can get it up on Sunday and have it there. I'll make an announcement for when it is up or going to be up so that you can prepare in advance. And I think really the main thing I just want to impress upon you is, yeah, to just, please work this on your own. And the way that I plan to, grade that or guess if you did it on your own is there's the open-ended questions have, there may be multiple ways to solve it. So I thought of several ways to solve it, or like to do it. And so I guess I expect you all to come up with your own ways and, make, when you write down your final answer to, make an explanation of why you chose to do it in that way. And I expect that to be, fairly unique to what you yourself did. Yeah. And then I guess along with that too, what if there's like clarification things that you need, like if the problem itself is just confusing, I'll be available to answer that. But as far as like consulting with you about how to do it, I don't really plan to do that because I want all of you to try it on your own. So yeah. All right. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe more of a meta question. I know that ISU did not go to the pass-fail system. I was curious if they have extended any guidelines for like grading on finals and stuff for maybe the professors that are still planning on doing the more traditional style.
Yeah, that is a good question. Looks like might see my cat in a second. So I think I have not seen anything like that. And for this class, we all did, there was one exam out of the 3 that was taken in person. So that's one of the reasons I feel pretty comfortable like going forward with this is I saw how all of you did when you took an exam in person. And so I feel like there's a very good baseline for what like how you were doing in the class. And then as far as like the other 2 exams, for the most part, most people continued the same performance in exam 2. So that I guess that's why I basically feel like okay going forward with the without doing just the straight up pass fail. But I haven't seen the more guidance about that. So
Has the department talked about it at all? I'm just curious.
Anything that I have gotten, and there's a lot of emails, and sometimes I didn't see anything from the department, only from like the provost or like I don't even think I saw anything from College of Science and Engineering. So, yeah. Did some of your classes go to pass fail, or are they all going with traditional grading? Yeah.
I think most of them have gotten significantly harder, actually,
Yeah,
in regular
I agree with
grading.
that.
interesting. Yeah,
You know, good for the mental health. It's fine.
yeah. I would say part of that is it's hard to, at least from my perspective, it's been hard to tell like how long like things are, yeah, how this is going to, each thing is going to work. So it's, yeah, it's kind of a weird experiment. As far as my class, I guess you guys all saw, yeah, I sent everyone a feedback on exam 2. So hopefully you all saw that and got that. I, you know, still plan, what should I say? Yeah, I guess I'm assuming you'll probably do pretty similar on the final exam. And I think like I've said at the beginning of the class, usually like the end of the class, I want the class average to be like about an 80. So that's still what I'm planning to do. And if I need to, do something, add points to make that happen, then that's what I normally do. But I guess I can't really speak for any of the other classes. All right. Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions or thoughts? All right. All right. Well, yeah. Good luck with it all. If I'll make an announcement when I am going to put up the final exam so that you can see it, and that will probably be, yeah. I mean, by Friday, I'll have put an announcement about that on Moodle, so you can expect to see an announcement about when it will be up on Friday. All right. Well, with that, I will post this video later in case you want to watch it again. And I will see some of you all, I guess, next fall. And some of you, if I don't see you virtually or in person again, feel free to stay in touch. Email me at my ISU email address or stop by my office in Pokey or IF if you're up here. So it was a good semester. It was fun having you in class when we were actually together. And it's been okay doing this virtually, but I guess that's just how it is. So. All right, bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.